Hi, I'm Peter Travers, movie critic for Rolling Stone, and we're talking about this weekend's movies, and there's two. There's two major ones. I'm going to get the most despicable first, and that would be called What Happens in Vegas, and it stars Cameron Diaz and Ashton Kutcher as two New Yorkers, strangers to each other, who go to Vegas and get drunk, get happy with the place, get married, wake up and realize that it was a big mistake, but he borrowed a quarter from her, and that quarter hit the slot machines and made $3 million. So the court says to them when they try to get their marriage annulled, no, you're going to have to try to work it out. Does any of this sound remotely believable? I don't think so. And I think when you watch Diaz and Kutcher, you're seeing two sort of relatively charming actors straining, pushing for every kind of laugh there is. If you don't know how this movie turns out, then I think you've never seen a movie, and I'm sorry that it had to be this one. So let's move to the real big one, which is Speed Racer. This is the first movie that Larry and Andy Wachowski have written and directed since the Matrix trilogy. You know, they produced V for Vendetta, but this is the first time they're back actually writing and directing a movie. And it's a family movie, which sounds like the most insane thing in the world. Why would they take a cartoon series based on Japanese anime that ran in the 60s and was on endless reruns about a racing family who feels the need for speed and make a family movie? Matrix guys who did Bound before that, which was a lesbian crime caper movie. Well, I don't know. I don't think anybody can understand why the Wachowskis do what they do, but they had the wisdom to hire Emil Hirsch to play Speed Racer, John Goodman and Susan Sarandon as his parents, and there's a little obnoxious kid called Paulie Lett who plays Spritel, the kid brother, and then we have the chimpanzee Chim Chim. Everybody's talking in this movie. Even Emil, who's so good in Into the Wild, has to get into the spirit of saying, "Yeah, and you too, Chim Chim." It's that kind of movie. Visually, the movie is a powerhouse. Colors like you've never seen, and yet, for a family movie, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes long. What kid is going to sit through this? So here's the answer. What is the only way this movie works? Stoner movie. Head trip movie. It's the only way. I call it kid stuff for stoners. You sit there and you watch that movie, you know, not worrying about the plot, not worrying about what happens, and just let all the colors go by. This is the best thing that I can say about it. In fact, the only thing I could say about it, because nothing else in it works. So you heard me. There's one way to look at it. You can either take a kid, or you can either, you know, be on your own wavelength. I leave it up to you. I'm Peter Travers.